Hello, and welcome back to Monifactory. Last time we set up that pyrolyze oven up there to run rubber wood into charcoal and charcoal byproducts, the likes of which were run through 1, 2, and 3 distillation towers to give us various goodies used for making BPA, epichlorohydrin, and epoxy, all of which go into our new shiny circuits, the nanoprocessors. Between episodes, I finally finished the basement here in EV. It's much the same. You shouldn't be that surprised. I set up a distillery to turn our diluted hydrochloric acid back into normal hydrochloric acid, and I started putting the charcoal into an extractor to give us extra wood tar because we were a bit low on phenol, and that's what gives us the phenol, as well as some things like dimethylbenzene and toluene and normal benzene. The large amount of normal benzene we have is actually going to be pretty useful. We can use this in like a gas turbine for power, and that's like fine or whatever. But we can also combine this with ethylene to make styrene, which is 1/2 of that Styrene-Butadiene Rubber, which is like the best rubber, I think. So as a byproduct, we get like 1/4 of the best rubber. That's pretty good. Well, technically half because we already have ethylene, but who's really counting that hard, right? We'll worry about this another day, but it's something to keep our eye on. Now for today, I have a bit of a, well, what I feel is a bit of a scary one. It's the Platline, albeit not very much of it, because we don't have the rest of it unlocked. For anyone unfamiliar with what a Platline is, myself included, hi, I'm part of you. Platinum Group Sludge, or PGS, can be refined into a whole lot of fancy metals, such as ruthenium and rhodium. We're going to be using sheldonite because it's the best, frankly. It's also a bit esoteric, so it feels, good to do this that way, right? So the total refining process is as such. We can take sheldonite and, purify it into purified sheldonite. We can then chemical react it with some nitric acid to get the sludge. And combining the Platinum Group Sludge with some aqua regia, we can make this without too much effort. We get a whole lot of these wacky things. The inert metal mixture can be turned into ruthenium tetroxide and liquid rhodium. Liquid rhodium sulfate. The tetroxide we chemical react with some carbon to make the actual ruthenium so we get the good stuff out of it, and we can loop the carbon dioxide back into the carbon. And the rhodium sulfate we can electrolyze into rhodium as well as a bit of sulfur trioxide, which with a couple bits of effort we can turn back into the sulfur, which we can send back into making sulfuric acid. I think you can make this like a bit more efficient into the sulfuric acid. Like we can turn a bucket into, a bucket, which is probably more worth it than doing the electrolyzer, but no, I think I've convinced myself this is the way to do it. I think this is what I was thinking about when I was thinking about it like last night too. Anyway, we'll get to that later. That's the end of the processing line, obviously. And that aqua regia step is nitric acid and hydrochloric acid, which is why I wanted to get that distillery up. And the nitric acid, I believe I increased the buffer for, right? I hope I did. That would be a smart thing to do. I did! Good job, me. So first and foremost, aqua regia is used in a few things besides just the Platline here, such as ruby slurry, which sounds tasty. That one's more of a question mark. I don't know if that's, it really is. In either circumstance, it's probably good to have this as like an off-site thing, which is why I have this, sign here. So let me go grab a mixer. Oh, this can actually be like, this is going to be really fast, actually. Well, like, I could do it at a lower voltage, but we have the HV line here, so may as well, right? Cool, let's do the rest of the Platline. Well, the mini Platline. Baby Platline? Diet Platline. What if instead of like an L, it was like an H and it was the fat line and it was like really cool, yo? Is that anything? My unk for that? I should probably just put the, the chemical in the mixer, right? Is that what the kids are saying? Okay, so let me go through this real quick. We grind it, we wash it, we chemical react it, we centrifuge it, we chemical react it, we chemical react it, we chemical react it, and we electrolyze it. So that's what, like 4 chemical reactors, an electrolyzer, a centrifuge, a macerator, and an ore washer? And I think that's it. Alright. Okay, well that took a while, but we got around to it. I also just need to have this on auto import, but that's just an upgrade, that doesn't matter that much. Also, I can just put a stack in there every so often, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're still going through this first stack, it takes, forever. So it's a lot to do, Hickeys, so let me walk you through it and also turn my sounds down so you aren't annoyed by that. So the macerator takes our sheldonite and grinds it up into the crushed sheldonite. We wash it here. We get the purified sheldonite, stone dust, and sometimes nickel dust. Those are extracted over to here, and anytime you might see nickel dust pop out, it comes back over here as well. The purified sheldonite comes in here with some nitric acid to make the platinum group sludge, which is centrifuged in here with some aqua regia into our goodies. All of these things, in addition to, well, it was up there for a moment, but the inert metal mixture. This turns into our ruthenium tetroxide and our rhodium sulfate. The tetroxide goes into here. We have a little bit of carbon in here, just kind of as a buffer. And the sulfate goes in here. Normally we have about half a bucket, but we just don't. It's an off cycle. These each produce byproducts, which go into here. Sometimes it's the sulfuric nickel solution, which is why we have the nickel that sometimes pop into here and comes back into here. But usually it's carbon dioxide refeeding back into this one. And we are avoiding all the extra oxygen and hydrogen because I don't really care enough to worry about that. And surprisingly, I can just rip all this stuff out of the bins. Cool. And so for our troubles thus far, we've attained 12 ruthenium and rhodium. I don't know what we need this for. I think it's like an alloy, right? Like this thing down here. Ooh, 4 parts ruthenium. That's kind of pricey. Ouch. Actually, this whole alloy is pretty brutal. Oh well. Okay, well, that was our part of the plat line. And I can't help but realize that when I was looking at RTM, I didn't really think that the T stood for tungsten. Oops. So I guess we're doing tungsten first. Okay, well, tungsten's pretty easy. To get the tungsten, we need tungstic acid and an EV electrolyzer. And we get tungstic acid from one of a few different things that has tungsten in it, in a chemical bath with hydrochloric acid, also at EV. And each of these gives us a small byproduct, whether that be calcium, lead, or lithium chloride. And we can just take that into electrolyzer to get the actual thing out of it plus the chlorine, and we can send the chlorine back to the system. So let me go make some EV machines. Okay, well, this one was pretty easy, and it should be pretty much modular. We just have to set some more filters once we're, done with the other types of tungsten. So how bad is this to smelt? Yeesh. 50% faster with helium, but still not great. Well, gotta go do it. And any moment we should be seeing our tungsten come out of our vacuum freezer. Yes, there it is. Hold on, I'm gonna be really hip for a second. Is that tungsten? Is that good? Was that good? Did you guys like that? I hope you guys liked that. That was pretty good, right? Any 5-year-olds in the crowd pretty fond of that one? I hope so. If you're 5, you probably shouldn't be on YouTube, actually. Go play on, like, the swing or something outside. Anyway, contrary to what you might be thinking, RTM requires tungsten dust. So I don't know why they had me make an ingot. We also need molybdenum and ruthenium. We have a bit of molybdenum. I processed this a while ago, I forget for what, so that's good. We do need an EV mixer for our RTM though. And this might just be our mostly first manual EV machine. And because of that, I'm just gonna set it here because it's not gonna be here for long. On circuit 1, and send it go. Send it go? Is that what I just said? Send it go? Oh my goodness gracious. What am I saying? Oh look, RTM. We just need to put it in the blast furnace now for the quest. Gosh, it is like so loud over there because there's like 40 machines just like constantly running. I could mute them, but I mean, that's not very factory of you, is it? I guess of me, really. You didn't do anything. I mean, you can also take a look here at tungsten steel. Tungsten steel is tungsten and steel in a blast furnace, of course, right? This also takes an EV mixer, but I mean, I don't know what I'm saying but for. It's just like, it also takes an EV mix. I mean, it's tungsten and steel. What do you want from me? Oh, hey, look. Our quest is complete. Okay, it gave me this pop-up, but didn't give me, like, the pop-up. What the heck? What the heck? It just didn't feel like it? Alright, whatever. So we now have access to RTM coils. These are a little pricey, naturally, as every new coil is. But it's exceptionally important, as we need it for lumium and signalum. Lumium in particular is our IV superconductor, so that's really important, albeit we don't really do IV power yet. And signalum, I remember, is good for something or other. Apparently it's also the LEV superconductor, so that's also important, but I mean, if we need LEV power right now, I don't know what to say. Tungsten steel, on the other hand, I know exactly what I want from this. A new jetpack. Also, this for this, right? Oh, this is probably something signalum's important for, the tier 4 microminer. Or actually, do we even need that? Maybe you only need tier 5. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, all that's cooking, and I thought that would take longer. We could probably push towards an alloy blast smelter, but I'm not going to do that. Now, I have bit of a glaring issue that I need to deal with first. So I'm probably going to take a break, edit some footage, and we'll come back, 1, to see about how long I have, and 2, to start working on this thing. I would like a lot more things on passive, namely things like aluminum, stainless steel, well, we already have titanium on passive. I mean, there's things that I want to not have to deal with. Energetic alloy and vibrant alloy, those things are annoying, and end steel probably to a degree as well. So this will be our little EBF zone, and there will probably be some little single block machines that get us the way to some of these EBF dusts. Like for energetic and vibrant alloy, we'll probably want like a mixer, or 2, or 3 for end steel as well. Stuff like that. Anyway, actually before I cut away, let's at least get that last quest. Nice. What we're considering is also going up into this tab for this advanced crafting table. It's probably not that long of a detour, but we should do it because I want this jetpack and I need to do it for the soulbinder to get the jetpack. I'm not sure how to get these heads though. Are these from... Okay, it's just from H&N. That's fine. Yeah, just like steps really. So I'll probably just show you this when I get back or something. Or I'll like talk about the processor or something. I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's probably fine. Okay, now time to be right back. See you in a moment. To do advanced crafting stuff or advanced crafting stuff, which is like with an electric blast furnace. Let me get out of your face a little bit. Let me give you some space. Okay, be right back. Hello and welcome back. I don't think we're going to get fully passive with a lot of these things, but I can get them mostly passive, or at least onto largely autocraft. Start it nice and simple. Just throw down a flux successor, a laser node, a converter, a couple cards, and we'll just apply some power to the EBFs we're actually bothering with right now, because a lot of these aren't even ready to be formed yet. Naturally, we will be downgrading a lot of these as well, because I don't need countless stacks of stainless steel. The logistics here is going to be pretty simple. We're going to be using LaserIO, obviously. We'll have each of these hooked up into one of these ULV input buses, and we'll be using the stock method, or function. Function's probably the better word. So if this works like I think it does, and it should, we stock exactly the amount of items we specify of the type we specify. So for example, this is going to be the vibrant alloy blast furnace, this one right here. Oh, right, I gotta remember that doesn't work like that. Face down. So we can specify one vibrant alloy dust, and if we have any vibrant alloy, it'll pull it from this interface into here. Interfaces have 9 slots, so we will be a little short of getting, 8 individual blast furnaces with fluids, but that's fine. We can just use a second interface, that's okay. Or we could just use 2 interfaces, one for fluids, one for items. I like that better, actually. Let's do that instead. We're gonna need it anyway, and it'll look neater like this. So if we have this one to do aluminium dust, because we actually, have this, and we have this interface requesting aluminium, And it is technically aluminium, much as I, have my chagrins. I don't know why I set that to 16. I don't know why I set that to 0. I want it to be 1. It should fill in just 1, ideally. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to pull an extract card. Yes, I did. How about now? I see. I found my issue. I needed a counting filter, and also this one needed to be on insert for some reason. I thought it would need to be on extract. I thought it'd be like a limited item filter, but it's not. That's fine. I just, didn't think it'd be like that. Okay, next we request our fluids, and thankfully this one should be a little bit easier. We just need any filter for nitrogen, in this circumstance at least. So now we have this running, because we have nitrogen in, on circuit 2, making aluminum. This will buffer to a stack, and then it will stop, because this is only a 1-stack drawer. This one will probably go much bigger than 1 stack. And I should also probably dump the rest of it. Actually, you know what? Let's just have like a full drawer of aluminum. Who really cares, Give me that. Alright, and we're just going to use this drawer controller right here with a storage bus on it. We do have to keep the aluminum upgrade in here, though. My bad, aluminium. And it should be big enough to just link every drawer to it. I think at the very top floors, yeah, we might need to get another upgrade in here, but we'll worry about that once we use the top floors. So now we have passive aluminium. And if I go pick up this big old batch of stainless steel I've been making, except for the rest that I, left elsewhere, we should now see this one cooking. Question mark? Maybe? Oh, did I forget to set an interface? I did. Like that. And now it turns on? Yes, there we are. I feel like 8 stacks of stainless steel at any given time should be fine. We have more than that right now, but that's okay. It'll just buffer in the output bus, which is fine. So I guess technically we'll have an extra stack on top of everything else that we have around here. I probably want to be a little concerned about that if we make like silicon boules passively, but we'll worry about that once we get to making passive silicon boules. In the meantime, we can just get rid of the sign here and throw a couple good templates on. Much prettier. Cool. So a lot of these I'm just gonna, work on off camera. I took out the back 2 over here. This will be for making like the things that we use to go into things. So like for stainless steel dust, we need to make chrome, iron, and nickel, and manganese dust, and then mix it all together. So I'll have like a little thing over here for doing exactly that. One, because, well, I realized after the fact that I probably should have made this only 8 long, because now that can be an 8 amp HV converter, or whatever power voltage it is. And I don't have to make it like 16 amp to, get 2 extra blast furnaces. But also it just kind of feels like a good place to put it. We'll call it planned. It's a happy little accident. That's what I like to we'll call it that, actually. A happy little accident. That's much better. I'm also realizing that I can just like leave a giant backlog of stainless steel dust in here, and that's like fine. That's cool. Alright, so this is pretty good, and you'll probably see it better once we come back for next episode or whatever. So, be proud of me. It looks great, right? I think this little section right here, this actually looks really cool. I like the effect here. I think it's pretty neat. The colors I went for were Canthal coils, Nichrome coils, and RTM coils, and I think they look fine together. Do you like the smokestacks? I think they turned out very nicely. I tried to stagger the campfires a little bit, you probably saw that, and I think the effect is a lot nicer too. It's still a little bland, like it is just like a large box, but like, it could be worse, right? I mean, it's got like a little bit of shape and detail, and it's got 2 other shapes sticking out of the top. It's gorgeous. I know. It's great. Look, not everything can be a masterpiece. And frankly, I don't expect everything to be a masterpiece in this pack. Function over form is the name of the game here. Speaking of function, that's functional. Whoa, check this out. An extended docket? No way. Anyway, I'm out of rubber. Like, I have no rubber. So let's get good rubber. So butadiene is very simple. We need a tantalum dust with an overclocked LCR, which is fine. It'll hurt, but it's fine. And ethanol, which we have plenty of. Styrene is ethylene and benzene, which we both have. Or I guess we have both is the proper way to phrase that. And then you just mix them together with some oxygen and you get a ton of the rubber dust. And we can throw this in an LCR to get more of the liquid rubber here. I probably should have made a 4th LCR, but I can do that now. And let me go prep a little space in EV for all of that, because it will need EV. Oh, I'm going to need energy hatches too. Uh-oh, I hope I can do that. Well, hey, now we've got the new rubber. And it can be used for all sorts of wacky things, like coating vanadium gallium cables, or making one of those. We could even put it in a lantern. This is actually the first passive rubber I have, which is probably not a good thing, but you know, that's a problem for past me, who no longer has to deal with that problem. I suppose I should also get rid of the recipe for liquid rubber now that we have better liquid rubber, and replace any such remaining recipes of liquid rubber, or that use liquid rubber rather. That'll be fine. It'll just tell me when something's wrong anyways. Cool! Some good rubber. I feel like it might still end up being a shorter one, so maybe I go for the jetpack? Let me think actually. Yeah, to heck with it. I want a new jetpack, and the video's probably too short as is anyways. So let's try and make one of these. So for these, we need this. And for this, we need these. And these. And more information about that is found here. So we need 4 advanced components and 4 basic components. And I believe these are largely the same. Just different types of plates. So it's going to be what, like 8 black steel, 8 luminescence? Do we have any spare luminescence? Oh, we do! I'm so smart, I'm so cool, I'm so handsome, I'm so pretty. Cool. We'll set this here, I guess, because this is basically where we go the most often. At least for now. Okay, so let's see how much of this we can put together. I think solarium's quite easy. It's just gold and soul sand, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, just normal. Tungsten steel we already have. Energized bimetal gears are energetic alloy, and again, just like grains of infinity and stuff, we have all of that. Let me put together the easy stuff real quick. Okay, so we're missing 3 grand total things. An ensouled chassis, a Z-Logic controller, and a creeper head. For the head, we just need to make the creeper model. That shouldn't be too bad. For the ensouled chassis, we need some solarium dust, which is, you know, the golden soul sand. And the void chassis is pretty easy. It's just an LV machine hull with an extra step. No, the one I'm worried about is the Z-Logic controller. Oh. You don't even need the slice and splice? I mean, it's a lot better to use the slice and splice, but you don't need it. I'm not gonna bother with that right now, I guess. That was really easy, actually. So I think we can just chuck this here and it'll figure itself out. Oh, I need a capacitor. That one seems good. Okay, so what was actually stopping me from making this jetpack? It certainly wasn't this one. It was something in here, the prescient crystal. So we need a shulker vial, or I guess 2 of them. So we need shulker shells. Do I have any of those laying around by any chance? No. Okay, so we need the shulker model. That's not hard. Hey, first try. This is what I'm supposed to be using these models on, right? Is shulker shells? Okay, well, I'm out of vibrant alloy, and that's a very vital component in making this. Would you believe it? It's used in these vibrant alloy plates, and these vibrant thrusters, and this vibrant alloy FE overclocker. You know, it's a little important here. So I'm gonna go cook up some of that, and I'll be right back when I have a bit more to show you. And by that I mean it's probably gonna be like 2 steps from crafting my new jetpack. Exciting, right? Can this not take from player experience anymore? Does it have to have like fluid XP put in? Are you serious? Are we serious right now? Really? Okay, I need an experience obelisk. Sigh. Oh, does it not count because it's not empty? Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Let's see, how much faster is this? Ooh, that's pretty nice. Vertical mobility is pretty good. Ooh, that definitely feels a bit faster. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. Ooh, I love better jetpacks. Now let me take a big sip of water and see when the next one comes up. Oh dear. Well, that's fine. Anyway, I think that'll be all for me for today. Even if it's a bit shorter, I need to get something out there. And it's not my fault this pack takes forever. You would not believe how much time I've spent just like AFK the past little while. Not like today, but like in general. I made like 4 stacks of HV circuits with the nano processors, and it took like 40 minutes. Albeit it was probably closer to like 30 minutes if I didn't request other stuff, but like that's still 30 minutes of just like sitting with my thumb up my butt. That's terrible. It's awful. Something infrastructure though. That's what multi-blocks are for. That's what multi-blocks are for. Ooh, and we are ever so close to those multi-blocks. I think next time we are going to try and rush to that alloy blast smelter, and if we're really lucky, we might be able to push all the way to multi-blocks. I've been making some extra tungsten steel while I've been waiting on things, and I've been, I think, going well. Oh, also I should check this off, because we got the, SBR. Steel ball, run! What? Ah, pardon me. Sorry, I have to wait until spring before I get to enjoy more peak content. Curse you, Netflix. Anyway, thanks for watching. I got a little off topic there. Anyway, I hope to catch you next time. Bye-bye.